What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about my final thoughts, my final predictions, my final expectations on EA Play Live. So I believe this video goes up Wednesday. EA Play Live is tomorrow, Thursday. So let's get it out of the way really quickly. And first, because this is important, I am going to co-stream it. That is my plan. That's my intention, at least. So hopefully tomorrow, about half an hour before the show starts, I'll be doing a live stream and we'll watch it. Okay, so if you guys want to come back, watch it with me. I know it's not going to be the greatest thing. Trust me, I do. I'm not going to pretend like it's going to be some, ascending experience. But if you guys do want to watch with me, we will be doing that tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed, bell icon, all that stuff. We'll be having videos after it and on Friday talking about whatever is shown there. And that's what brings us to right now. So what am I thinking? Well, I also first, before we get into what is going to be there, talk about what's not going to be there. And I respect them, hold on, right, because don't leave the dislike just because I said that. I respect them in the way that they are doing what others have done, in that they're telling us what's not going to be there, okay? I think while I personally like surprises, and I even like almost being told something's not going to be there and then it being there to, form a surprise, that hasn't happened recently. Hasn't happened with EA, hasn't happened with other developers or publishers either. And it's like, at this point, letting it linger, where it's like you're not going to say what's not going to be there, right? And then people expect Star Wars. People expect just anything. I would expect, I wouldn't expect, but I would really push Mass Effect. You know what I mean? I would really want it. That would get people excited. And then it wouldn't be there and people would be mad. So I maybe not even respect, but at least I understand why they're doing it. But let me tell you, the way that it's gone, I don't think you could have done it any worse. That's just my personal opinion, and the way that it's all kind of shaking out, because I am still excited for the event. I still think so. Dead Space will be there, whether it's the remake. Some people are still holding out hope for Dead Space 4. I think at this point, it definitely seems like it will be, from everything that everybody said, the highest of high leakers and rumor artists in the world, right? They're kind of saying it's a remake of Dead Space. Fine. I love that game to death. It's one of the best horror games ever made. I will play a Dead Space remake, okay? So that'll be kind of the standout of the show, because at this point, it really will be the only thing that we're almost not expecting, even though we are at this point, right? But we're not, that's not what they're advertising, then that will be there. But that's the only thing, right? Saying no Mass Effect, saying no Dragon Age, then taking a break, then saying no Star Wars, then taking a break, then saying no Skate 4, right? By doing those things and separating them, you really are just, I think, hurting your, and this is why it's so weird, right? I understand why they're doing it, because you don't want people expecting these things to then get to the event and it's not there and people throw fits. But at the same time, by staggering it, you're just punching your event in the face and knocking out each tooth one by one. That's really what you're actually knocked out all of their teeth at this point, because it's nobody is excited anymore, because all you're doing is saying what's not gonna be there. Okay, so that's that out of the way. I am disappointed. I am. I didn't expect Dragon Age or Mass Effect, although it would have been cool. Star Wars, it's you could have given us the name for Jedi Fallen Order 2, or just say that's the name of the game, okay? I'm a little disappointed at that. Skate, I'm actually kind of excited for it. I'm not a big skating, skateboarding person or skate fan, but I know there's excitement for it. And again, I'm kind of a fan of games, so just the fact that a game would be, and I do understand they showed stuff on Monday and it was smaller than I think what we would have gotten at an actual event, right? So that stuff behind us, what's left? Well, again, Dead Space is left, Battlefield is left, and I don't want to make it, that's why I'm trying to be careful, right? Because I'm actually very high on Battlefield 2042, and I've been pumping it up and talking about it for a couple months now. And I know if I talk bad about this event, or I talk kind of almost depressing about it leading into it, people are like, well, don't you like Battlefield? Aren't you excited? Yes, I am. It's just, and I said this to somebody on Twitter as well, the way I look at it right now is I'm kind of sold. Now, I'm not sold on the game being 100% perfect, but I'm getting the game. You know what I mean? From what we've seen, I'm excited enough, I'm sold enough in terms of buying it, that I'm going to, I'm actually going to purchase it. And then after that, if it sucks, you call it out. If it doesn't have enough content, but you know, like those things aren't necessarily going to be sold to me off of this EA Play Live. Now, sure, maybe they'll announce the new mode or, you know, whatever, talk about retro maps. Like, I'm sure there'll be cool stuff tomorrow on Battlefield, but to me, it's not going to make or break me, okay? It's just going to maybe solidify it a little bit more. And then, again, at the end of the day, when we get the game, that'll be like the judgment time, right? So Battlefield, like, yeah, I am super excited for it. It's almost weird because it is a massive game and it's going to be there, so that should help the event. But I don't want to say I almost don't care, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Apex Legends, I mean, look, we could pretend like nobody cares, and I'm sure people will say that. I'm sure when the trailer or the new season or whatever is shown tomorrow, I'm sure I won't care. I'm sure a lot of people that watch with me will not care. But, as I say for these events, for Summer Game Fest, for E3, for Game Awards, for all this stuff, they're not every announcement is not always for you. Okay, we need to get that out of our head. Just like there's a lot of things that are talked about, like everything is for everybody. That's not true. Okay, that's literally not how it works. I don't know any other way of saying it. But for Apex Legends, it's not for me. I fully realize that. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say, well, nobody cares about Apex Legends. That is stupid to say because that's not true. Obviously, Apex Legends is massive, so that'll be a big thing as well. And then the sports titles, obviously Madden, FIFA. Now, I made a video a few days ago, and it's done actually really well, better than I thought I was going to do, about NHL. I want NHL 2022 to be announced tomorrow. I'm a big hockey guy. If you guys missed that video, I don't blame you, but I'm a big hockey guy. I'm not a big EA Sports person, although, again, kind of a guilty pleasure, I have played the last 12 NHL games. I don't feel good about it, okay, because they really have made very little progress in those 12 years. There's been big years. I fully acknowledge there's been big years, but it hasn't been like the most, revolutionary experience. So I do hope to see it. I do hope that it's, advanced in some ways, and we'll talk about those in videos exclusive to NHL so I don't bore you guys. Besides that, now they did mention one or two other things. I really, to be honest with you, I don't care about them. We'll talk about them when we watch them live tomorrow, so tune in for that, right? But, in terms of like brand new announcements, I want one. And that's the hard thing, right? Because by saying that, I don't mean to come off hypocritical there. I want one besides Dead Space. And the only reason I say this is because we already, almost the gaming leaks and rumor mill has ruined it. Because it's like, that is the one last thing of this event. You know what I mean? They show the sports games, half the audience falls asleep. They show Apex Legends, half the audience jumps off a cliff, all that kind of stuff. That all happens, and they say, oh, one last thing, and it's the Dead Space remake. And that's exciting. And that, it's very special to a lot of people. And actually, funny enough, it's actually not going to be special to people that care about sports games or care about, even Battlefield, that only play Battlefield games or only play Apex Legends. Do you think they care about Dead Space? No. So funny enough, it's kind of, it continues the theme of not every one of these things is for everybody. Dead Space is not for everybody. You know what I mean? So, that is the one last thing. And I'm almost asking for a second one. You know what I mean? I want a second one. Only because we've pretty much been spoiled. That, that is... We know that's going to be there. We know that's going to happen. So, again, for people still asking me, I 100% do think Dead Space is the thing at EA Play Live. I just want one more. I'd even take, a Dragon Age thing, and not Dragon Age 4, and that's the tough thing. BioWare's not going to be there, so could they do a Dragon Age remastered collection? Well... BioWare did Legendary Edition. It was a different team, but BioWare did that. So could BioWare do Dragon Age? I'm sure one day, but they wouldn't announce it here. So, I'll be flat out honest with you. I don't think there's anything else. From what they said in their press release, you take those games, you add Dead Space, and you have their event. That's it. It's clear and simple, and it's not going to be amazing, and I think we all know that. And I would really... When I'm judging it, I'm going to compare it to Ubisoft's E3 because I just think that it's unfair to compare this to any other one, right? I think even Square Enix did pretty okay in all, and it was a pretty short one. So, I'm not going to compare this to Xbox Bethesda. I'm not going to compare this to a PlayStation huge, a PS5 event. It's not really fair. And to be fair to EA, they have said what is and what isn't going to be there. Again, they do have big things. They do. And I think next year is going to be big when we do get to see the Star Wars games. Can we get a Sims 5, by the way? That eventually could happen. All this, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, these games are going to be shown eventually, and when they all are, if they're all shown at the same event, it would be an enormous event. It would be one of the best events of that year, whatever year they would be, but we're not there yet. So, Let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Did I miss anything? Do you think something will be there that I didn't say? Let me know. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, leave a like would definitely help. Tomorrow, again, we'll be co-streaming the event, and there'll be videos after it, and then on Friday. So make sure, again, you guys are keeping up with that, and I really, really hope to see you guys there. We had a blast co-streaming, or I personally really loved co-streaming the E3 events. We did Summer Game Fest. I thought that was really, really fun. So I really hope to see you guys tomorrow, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys there.